Hello, Staples, and welcome back to On the Wreckord, your monthly source for information in and around Staples and our community.
Or at least, what we could capture on the record.
Some of us are here for the first time. Some of us have been here a long time.
And most of us are somewhere in between. I'm Bianca Masticello.
I'm Kate Berkeley.
I'm Jacob Ribchin, but you already know that.
And I'm Ari Sklar. Together, we'll be your anchors for this year of On the Wreckord.
A lot changed over the summer, but the biggest difference of all is this bell.
Can you really call it a bell? A bell is supposed to ring, and this one definitely does not do that. It's more of a bum 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 bum.
Well, the last one didn't ring either, unless you're talking about the ringing in my ears. I can still hear it if I listen hard enough.
I think you're being a bit dramatic, but if you want to learn more about our new bell, or maybe just hear that bugle again, then this segment is for you. Have a look.
I feel fight or flight when I hear the trumpet sound go off in the morning. I don't know, it really scares me. It doesn't make me feel calm, and honestly, it's just weird.
Change is difficult, so I would say I like the old bells better than the new bells because it's just thrown me off.
I think they're really annoying, and I think that the ones from last year were better.
The bell makes me feel a little anxious because it feels like I'm boarding an airplane. I don't love airplanes because I'm scared of heights.
I can't hear the bell in between classes without thinking that I'm about to fall on the train tracks. Like, watch your step, mind the gap. Well, I don't get it.
The bells in between the passing periods, it sounds like I'm in an airport. So I hate that. And then the choo-choo train at the end of the day is really not helpful either.
A lot of people think it sounds like the bells from Greece.
I think we should go back.
There's a whole new system in place right now. We had a system upgrade, so yes, we were forced to. Because we have these fun options, we figured we would do something a little bit more lively. There are 46 bell options, I believe. A lot of them are just sounds. They're not like the trumpets, they're more like robotic sounds. And the one that announces the end or beginning of a period for most of the day, with the exception of the first one and the last bell, we kind of felt that that was the least annoying sound that we played. That's why we selected that one.
It's that time of year again. Leaves are changing, apples are being picked, and pumpkin food is everywhere. So let's get into some of these fall sports.
Fall sports? You mean fall sport. We all know everyone only cares about football, except you, Ari.
Sorry, can you blame me? I'm in players, okay? I'm probably not going to be the best person to update you on our Staples teams.
Fortunately for us, we're in luck because we got the best of the best outside of ESPN. We're off for the first edition of the Sports Report.
Hi Staples, I'm Will Murray, and here is your October Sports Report. Kicking things off, the Staples boys soccer team will have 6 games in October, as their most notable games fall on October 5th at Trumbull and October 8th at Danbury. After a tricky start to the season, the boys have picked up momentum and look to keep that momentum going into the postseason. Next up is the girls soccer team, who have 5 matches in the month of October. So far, the 2021 and 2022 state champions are undefeated and poised to make a deep playoff run. Their biggest match in October is on October 9th when they take on St. Joseph High School. Led by Coach Shepro, the girls volleyball team will have a busy month of October as they prepare to play 11 regular season games. On Monday, October 14th, they play Trumbull in an exciting matchup that I will definitely be at. After a strong start to the season, the Staples football team looks to continue building in the month of October, where they will compete in 3 important FCAT contests, most notably on October 18th against New Canaan. Anthony Armentano and Shane Sandrew have been dominating defenses in September, but will they be able to do the same in October? Speaking of domination, it doesn't get much more dominant than the girls' field hockey team. Sporting an undefeated record, will the renowned trio of Sofia Fidalgo, Tyla Osgen, and Emma Larrett be able to lead the Wreckers to a 6th state championship? I'm Will Murray, and that was your October Sports Report. If you can, try and get out to some games to support your peers. And remember, go Wreckers.
I'm always bummed when I have to miss games for cheer. So where can I go for the news on the latest Staples games?
Obviously, you go to www.inklingsnews.com. We're always updating the site with new, fresh, and exciting stories.
But of course, we're not the only ones in the market. There's also PrepZone, home of everything Staples sports related.
We've all grown to love him in just a few years. It's PrepZone. And I have to say, I'm happy to have an outlet dedicated to Staples only, though Inklings was the OG.
But what do you really know about PrepZone?
Honestly, not much, but I've always wanted to know more.
I know, right? Lucky for us, there's a segment just for that. Roll the clip.
Big wins by the field hockey team and the boys golf team yesterday for the Wreckers. Wreckers picked up a few wins over the weekend. Another great day for the Wreckers football season. The Wreckers for the Wreckers yesterday.
Hey Ava, what are you doing? Just watching some highlights from last night's game on PrepZone. Wait, what's that? I'm so glad you asked. Let's find out more. What is PrepZone and how did it come to be?
So PrepZone's kind of like, we like to call ourselves the ESPN of high school sports. You know, it came to be about, we were trying to get more coverage for one of the Staples teams, for the boys volleyball team exactly, you know, to help them with the numbers. And we started doing coverage for that team, and then that kind of just grew into what it is today, which is coverage for all the Staples teams. So this year, what we're going to do is if there's multiple games, we're going to look who has gotten less coverage. We'll go to that one so we can showcase that team. If it's all tied, we'll really flip a coin. But we'll also try to stick with whoever's playing home. So we try to really stay with the home games because at our home turf it makes things a lot easier for us, and we can get back home and edit the interviews a lot faster.
Is it a team effort or is it just you? Who edits, films, all that?
It really is. So right now, depending on the game, I'll go and then I'll go to place, and my son will go to the place, Brian, so he's a senior here, he plays for the volleyball team. My wife will go to games with us, she'll handle some of the stories, Yeah. My oldest son's already college, Ohio State, so he's not around. But, the three of us kind of in between will be, some games will be all three of us, if you get to a championship game, a playoff game. If it's a regular season game, we'll try to divide and conquer. So if you go now and you look at our coverage from last year, I would say yes, right? So some of the sports were favored for the boys. You look at what's happening this year, it's been actually the other way, right? So I think it's I don't want to dismiss those comments because I think, to a degree, not to a degree, I think they are true, right? Because I think it always depends on what are you going for, right? And I think for us, it really has to be about let's do this equally, right? Let's make sure we showcase all the teams.
So I was a lifeguard at Longshore Pool and at the Patterson Club.
So this summer I worked at the YMCA Camp Mackinac.
This summer I worked at a chiropractor's office as a chiropractic assistant,
I also worked at Goodwill as a sales associate, and then finally I worked occasionally as a babysitter.
It was fun. I made a lot of good money, and I'm friends with all my coworkers now, so I'm gonna definitely work there next summer.
I enjoyed working at Goodwill and also at the chiropractor's office because the chiropractor's office gave me office experience, whilst my Goodwill job gave me sales experience. So, yeah.
I'd say the most rewarding part about it was the amount of different kinds of people that I was able to meet and work with, along with like counselors and specialists. I was able to meet a bunch of different kids, a bunch of different ages, and I just learned a lot about how to work with different kinds of people.
We got 280 students to sign up, which was more than we expected, and overall there was great usage of the job at here. There were a lot of babysitting jobs that were taken, but there was also some good retailers, like a bike shop posted, and we had a couple businesses post. So yeah, there were some great jobs.
Okay. Last year, we had 3 anchors. This year, they convinced me to get 4.
5.
I mean, it's not the same. You can't do it like that. 5?
Well, here at On the Wreckord, we've got brand new things coming all year long, starting with hiring our very own pop culture expert.
Who is we? I didn't have any say in this. Don't we air monthly? Trends change like once a week. It'll be outdated before we even release the episode.
Don't worry, when I say we brought in an expert, I mean we brought in the expert. Now it's off to Alex Gaines with one of On the Wreckord's Pop Culture Corner.
Welcome to the very first installment of Alex's A-List, where I, Alex, take a look at lots of movies and music and other forms of media released this month to bring you the best of the best. To my sister, I'm sorry. For the rest of the world, you're welcome. I'm coming to you live from a disastrous point in human history. Brat Summer has officially come to a close, according to Charlie XCX, which is a huge upset for the Alex Gaines community. That said, have no fear, Brat Nation. I am officially declaring this our transition period into Magdalena Bay Fall. They're an alt-pop duo who just released their second album, Imaginal Disc, which I can confidently say is the album of the year. My personal favorite track is one of the lead singles, Image, which I can best describe as a feeling like you're floating above your body while simultaneously dancing at a 1980s junior prom. The whole album is filled with synths and sounds that perfect the electronic sound you love in Brat, with these mesmerizing lyrics about technology and love and other things that aren't school appropriate. I'm giving it a full 5 disco balls out of 5. In terms of movies and TV, get hyped for 2 very similar cultural moments. The movie Saturday Night by Jason Reitman, director of Juno, it's one of my favorite movies ever, is one of my most anticipated movies for this year. It's about the making of the very first episode of SNL, which is the other big thing I'm excited for, as season 50 has just premiered. Our special guest on this much less popular show today is Staples' #1 SNL expert, who I'm also lucky enough to call my friend, Miss Rachel Olafson.
Thank you for having me,
Of
Alex.
course, Rachel. What are your top 3 picks for SNL hosts and musical guests this season?
Okay, so, #1, Chaperone.
Right.
She was at GovBall in the fall, at the end of the summer. This fall is her Saturday night debut, according to my own personal instinct. #2 is Ilona Maher. She's an Olympian, she's a rugby player, and she's on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
#3, Glenn Powell. I don't even feel like I need to... Oh my goodness, I'm getting choked up. I don't even need to explain this. I think that Mr. Glenn Powell, home of Twisters and of, he's been everywhere.
Yeah.
He was in a movie with Sydney Sweeney. I
Oh,
can't even remember. I'm
Interview.
getting so flustered talking about him. Is going to be my second choice for host. He's everywhere, and of course, he would be a great addition to the SNL community. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Rachel. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you have any recommendations for me to listen to or watch next month, please feel free to track me down in the hallway unless I'm wearing my headphones, in which case, don't you dare. This is Alex Gaines, signing off.
One important thing about being an anchor on the show
is to know your fellow anchors well enough that
If the moment calls for it, you can even finish each other's
Plans for world domination through social media influence. I mean sentences. Yeah. Sentences.
Smooth. Very smooth.
But do you have what it takes to finish your favorite song's lyrics?
we sent our reporters out to see if people around Staples could do just that.
Today, Sage and I are going to be going around asking students to complete the lyric challenge for Songs of the Summer. Let's go. We've been searching the school, every corner, everywhere, to find someone that has been listening to this summer's best songs.
Hey Drake, I hear you like him young.
I don't know.
Come on.
You better head and go to cell block 1.
Here's a lyric. You ready? I'm working late.
Because I'm a singer.
Okay.
Okay, finish this lyric. I think the apples.
Rotten right to the core.
Yes!
Can you finish this lyric? It's 7 p.m. Friday.
It's 95 degrees.
Good job.
Think I won't drop location. I still got PTSD. Mother. It's just big me.
That's all for On the Record this month.
Tune in next time for more exciting entertainment.
Remember to support our teams at the pep rally tomorrow.
And scan the QR code if you're interested in making a segment for On the Record. It's open to everyone, even freshmen.
We'll see you again in October. Until then,
Go Wreckers!